We have an oral drug, which so far has really shown a wonderful safety and tolerability profile. We would offer patients a very unique, easy to use treatment opportunity with a very good risk-benefit profile. And that could really change the way we treat multiple sclerosis.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Dr. Daniel Vitt. He's the CEO of Immunic. Daniel, very good to speak with you. You're up with your third quarter results, and one of the highlights of the period was your strong presence at ECTRIMS. What were the key takeaways for investors from the conference about Vidofludimus calcium's potential in multiple sclerosis?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Stephen. Yeah, of course, ECTRIMS is one of the highlights for Immunic this year. We have had a strong presence at the conference because this is the core of our research. We have the phase 3 ongoing, the ENSURE studies, which are reading out next year in relapsing MS. But we have presented a lot of data at ECTRIMS, specifically from our CALLIPER study, and to mention here a statistically significant effect on confirmed disability improvement of the patients. But I think it's a very nice signal. And on top of that, we also presented data for our subgroup of primary progressive MS, more details on that indication. We believe where the molecule has shown extraordinary good data, specifically looking on the numerical benefit on slowing down disability worsening. Another important data point we presented at ECTRIMS was from our open label extension study of the EMPhASIS trial, our phase 2 study completed in relapsing MS patients earlier in 2021. And now we have data from the patients which entered open label extension. So these were 254 patients. And of those patients, 144 weeks later, still 92.3% of the patients were free of 12-week confirmed disability worsening. I think it's an outstanding good data point and shows how good the drug is on slowing down disability progression.
Okay, just touching on the EMPhASIS open label extension in relapsing MS, how do these findings reinforce confidence in Vidofludimus calcium as an oral treatment option?
Yeah, I think this has two big main facets. One is the outstanding safety and tolerability. There are a lot of discussions on other drugs and the side effects and tolerability issues of these other drugs. We see that the patients love the treatment. We have a very high rate of patients on the study here. The dropout rates are really low, even in the open label extension. So 144 weeks is a pretty long time. And I think that really speaks for the molecule on the safety and tolerability side. And the second piece is, and this is linked to the CALLIPER data I mentioned before. So the effect we have seen in CALLIPER on slowing down disability progression is in line with the observation we have here in the open label extension of EMPhASIS, that just the rate of patients which experience disability worsening is low as well in this study. So this really comes together and underlines the neuroprotective potential of the molecule.
Daniel, your twin phase 3 ENSURE trials in relapsing MS are on track for top-line data in 2026. What are the main goals of those studies, and what should investors look for in the upcoming readout?
I think it's the most important thing is, of course, we want to complete the studies with a statistically significant outcome on the primary endpoint, which is time to first relapse, ultimately to achieve approval for the drug. But I think medically, it's more important to set that again in the context of what I said before. This drug makes a difference. We have an oral drug, which so far has really shown a wonderful safety and tolerability profile. We would offer patients a very unique, easy to use treatment opportunity with a very good risk-benefit profile. And that could really change the way we treat multiple sclerosis. And on top of that, and this will be reflected more in the secondary outcomes of these phase 3 studies, is we want to really investigate or confirm basically the effect on slowing down disability progression, which we have seen in CALLIPER in the progressive MS patients, which we have seen in EMPhASIS and phase 2 study, and which we also have seen in our preclinical experiments in a way that we activate the protein Nurr1, which is I think a new mode of action on really improving neuroprotection and in preventing cell death of neurons.
Daniel, you recently received a new US patent covering progressive MS dose strengths. How does this strengthen Vidofludimus calcium's commercial position as you move towards potential approval?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. We have already a couple of patents. I think it's a pretty broad set of patents, which we expect to end up in the Orange Book. And I think another one here is important. In this case here, it's relevant for progressive MS. We already have it for relapsing MS. And several more patents. I think this underlines the broad protection of the asset and really securing a long time of market exclusivity of the drug beyond even 2041.
So what's next? What should investors be looking out for then in the months and the year ahead?
Yeah, I think, of course, the most important thing is the phase 3 data reading out next year, end of next year, the ENSURE studies. And of course, it's a big milestone for the company, but also for MS patients in the world with such an attractive profile, reaching the finish line in phase 3. That's an important step. Of course, we also continue discussions with potential partners on working together on launching such a product. So it's an exciting time for the company and also hopefully for the shareholders.
Daniel, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated on your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Stephen.
Dr. Daniel Vitt, the CEO of Immunic.